Welcome back to the second half of our city. Today we're discussing the Financial Planning Day, and there's a wealth of knowledge being shared here with Nick Nicolette and Joe Leone. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just curious, we're talking about some free services here that people probably pay a large sum of money for. How did it wind up here in Elizabeth?
That's a good question. Actually, it was offered to many cities in New Jersey, and the mayor, through the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the mayor of Elizabeth decided that, he thought that he could step up and provide a venue for us to do that. So this year, it's the only one in New Jersey, and
Wow.
it's happening in the city of Elizabeth.
And I think it's really exciting. The fact is that this type of thing only comes together when you have that type of commitment and energy to come out of the city, and the city of Elizabeth being one of 30 throughout the country, to step up and say it's important to the community, it's important to the citizens of Elizabeth, and we want to make this happen. And so we were very excited to have this opportunity.
And we're the only city in Jersey?
That's correct.
Wow. Okay. Now, two major concerns of Elizabeth residents are credit and mortgage issues. Will planners assist consumers with specific questions related to these areas?
Yes, we're going to have credit counselors available, as well as planners to talk about some of the issues around, foreclosure, credit counseling. What do I do at this point? Depending on, somebody may have just lost a job, which is a different situation, and how can you plan for that and maybe make sure you stay in your home versus, we need help right now.
Right.
So we'll be able to help with both of those types of issues.
And not just at that point. I mean, the idea of really helping them to walk out with resources.
Right.
To really maybe map out where do they go from there? How do they take control back? What can they do? So I think that's a great opportunity versus walk in for a day, get some information, and be left without a plan. I think the idea is that these counselors and these team of counselors will be there to try to help them map out and say, here's the next steps, here's some resources, and again, at that no cost. So I think it's an opportunity for them to do that.
Now, being that you're going to be on a college campus, are there special programs or anything unique set up for young adults or teens?
I believe there will be some workshops for budgeting and being concerned about, credit for young people. On college campuses in the past, there's always been somebody trying to, put out credit cards and get the kids to use them. And I know they're trying to stop that. But credit counseling, I think, will be available as well as the budgeting.
In addition, there will be individuals to help them. Again, I came back to earlier, you're a senior, you look at that FAFSA form, which everybody hears about and doesn't know what it means and what do I do. That's the initial application that begins the process to find out what type of financial aid that you can get to go to college. So if you're that first member in your family looking to go to college, there are going to be people there to talk to you about the steps you take to fill that form out. So to help, whether it be the parents or those children, in addition to looking at that basic budgeting, to sit down and say, how do I look at what my opportunities to get into college are?
And Nick makes a great point. And the second part of that is a lot of folks don't realize that you have the opportunity each year that you're in college to get funds from different options. And therefore, you should fill out that form every year. Don't get discouraged maybe the first year that there was nothing available, but you really need to continue to do that because there are options that open up as you go through school.
Okay. Now, how do people register or sign up for this event?
You can register on the website. So we want as many people to register up front as we can, so we make sure that we have enough planners there to assist them. And where you want to register is www.financialplanningdays.org/Elizabeth.
Okay. As we say, keeping it real, is there a catch to this free event?
That's a great question, and the answer is absolutely not. We want to make sure that everybody understands that before they come. There's going to be nobody there trying to sell them anything. There's no sponsors trying to sell them anything. It's purely available for them to get some real financial planning advice from some professionals. Nobody's going to be saying, after we sit down, I need to call you, and come over your house tomorrow. That's not the purpose of this at all. So there is no catch.
I think one of the critical things that people will, I think, appreciate is the fact that the Financial Planning Association and through the Financial Planning Association in New Jersey, all those members are held to a standard of care. That standard of care requires they take your interest first.
Okay.
So the idea that most people hear that,
Yeah.
everybody seems to tell them that, this is actually the real thing. The only question that they'll probably be asked, and I always do let people know, you'll probably be asked to fill something out. It's really a general questionnaire that may say, I found this very beneficial and useful. When you come next year, I'd like to hear more about this subject. So they'll be asked for their opinion, so the feedback is going to be important.
Now, are there any Elizabeth area organizations participating in this event?
I believe there are a couple. The city obviously is the driving force behind it, and the U.S. Conference of Mayors is who is putting it on. And I'm not sure if the college obviously is giving us some time. I'm not sure if they're also going to have some folks available and participate as well.
They will, in fact, have some of their financial aid officers there directly. So when we talked about earlier about filling out forms, they'll actually have their financial aid officers from Union County College helping. And as we had mentioned, the Consumer Credit Counseling Service, which is a nonprofit organization as well, to be there to help for credit issues.